Hello, welcome back to the Magical Lane. I'm your host, Maggie Jane, and today I want to dive into fashion and consumerism. Because, boy, is that a problem in our freaking society. But I mostly just want to dive into well, let's start here. I came back. I'm back in the US. I've been back for literally one day, and I'm in Arizona. I flew into Seattle. I had my flight from Athens. It was so long. Got back so late. They lost my bag and I didn't care. Like I was just tired. I'm like, that's cool. I'll get it tomorrow. And I got it the next day and then I flew out to Phoenix after I got my bag, but it was just so interesting seeing how much stuff I have because I've been away from my entire closet and just everything I own for 3 months. And being in Europe, we packed our backpacks and a suitcase, like a checked bag size suitcase. So it was a good amount of stuff in there, but it really made me have a lot more appreciation for the things that I have and also the quality of the things that I have. And it was just so interesting coming back and just like seeing all the clothes that I have and the shoes and the products. Like the amount of bathroom stuff that I have is insane. And I have like gone through and got rid of so much stuff so many times, but I still just have so much. And I'm like, why? I do not need all this. And, like I was surviving perfectly fine for the last 3 months with just my one bag of like toiletries and skin essentials, you know? So it was really, really interesting. Um, but I just like the main things I want to touch on today is just like the importance of having quality items. Because whenever I was traveling, I just wish that I would have like the basics, the fucking basics, just like some plain long black sleeves that are comfortable, warm, because I've never been the type to have long sleeves for one, and I've never been the type to actually want to dress warm. Because I just don't like the cold, so I just refuse to believe that it's cold for whatever reason. So, I don't know. But I was cold because I don't have long sleeves, and I'm also just so picky with them. But having the basics and, a black turtleneck, it really does come in handy, especially when it's cold and it's cute and it goes with everything. So, like, get yourself one of those. And I'm also getting into the phase more of having longer shirts. And I know I'm wearing a crop top and high waisted pants today, but, where our options were limited because I didn't bring all of my stuff to Phoenix because I'm staying in Washington now. Um, and I had a casting for modeling, so. But beyond that, I want to start transitioning to more like low rise pants and longer shirts. Because one thing that Europe will teach you, especially in the colder seasons, is that you don't need to show skin to look fucking sexy or fly as hell. Because everyone there looks so good all the time, so effortless, and their style is just so good. And they're wearing like all neutrals with like pops of color. And it was so great to see all of that because, I've only experienced like the American culture and fashion and whatever, but it was nice to like get out there and see how other people are dressing on a day to day, and they do dress very modest, and people in America do not dress very modest. Most people don't. Especially like people in their 20s. And like all the people in their 20s out there are, I don't know, they just, it's just a different vibe. It's like business casual all the time, but like stylish, you know? So I'm finally getting out of the phase where I feel like I need to have a crop top all the time. Cause like it's not, they're cute. I love a good crop top. You know, they're fire, but it's just not always the vibe. You know, I'm kind of getting out of the stage of just wanting to show off my skin or my stomach and all of that, and just like having more of like my hips showing off with those low rise pants. And I used to hate low rise jeans, but yeah, that's what I'm focusing on. But it was just really interesting, like seeing the amount of stuff that I have. And what's even crazier is that I know that I don't wear the majority of it. And I feel like a lot of people have so many things in their closet. They're like, I might need this one day. And then you keep it, but you never wear it. Like, what do you need that for? You don't need it. You really don't. And it's like, I feel like fashion is like, I love fashion and I love clothes and, you know, like accessories and shoes and just like, it's a phenomenal way to express yourself. And I'll never stop doing that. But I think there are better ways to go about that. You don't need to consume all the time. And like our society and the consumerism and fast fashion, like it's literally destroying our planet, and it's horrible. Like the people making these clothes are living in a very shitty situation and working in shitty situations, and all like the fast fashion just goes to waste and it's harming our environment. And so I feel like we just get so caught up in material consumption that we forget to think about that shit. But like it's time to start thinking about that, because you know you really don't need a whole full closet of just like so much stuff that you don't wear all the time. You know, and I know you can only wear like one, maybe two outfits a day, but just being more mindful of things, you know, it's so important. And just having one suitcase of stuff that like really, it made me appreciate what I had, and it made me want to have just like more quality items, you know, purchasing the more expensive quality items are gonna last a really long time and that aren't gonna go out of style over the quick fast fast fashion trends that are super cheap and only $2, and it might rip in the next month or so. Like, don't waste your money on that, and don't support those brands, because they're the ones harming the environment. You know, like that's the shit that just gets cycled through. And you know, we always want to have like a cute new outfit or like the latest trends in fashion, but do you really need it? And a question I want you to ask yourself, and something I've been asking myself, is why do you feel the desire to consume so much material? Like, what are you avoiding within yourself? What void are you trying to fill with fashion? And you know, maybe it's a love. And that's there's but there needs to be a balance. You can love fashion and still, you know, have a love in a sustainable way, in a way to care about the environment and not have an overload of things in your closet. One way to like go about that is every time you go shop, get rid of something, donate it, Go sell it to your thrift store, give it to your friends. Like keep this cycle going and don't just hoard shit. I don't know. But I feel like the relationship with fashion needs to get healthier in the sense of consumption. Because I feel like we all buy shit because we feel like we want it or we feel like we need it or we feel like it's going to make us feel better. But it's short satisfaction and it doesn't actually make us feel better in long term. Maybe in that moment it does, but I don't know, it's interesting. It's really interesting. And it's something we all need to work on because, I personally like growing up, I couldn't always have everything that I wanted, so that desire does come from that. Um, and I just, I have the desire to like want to buy shit whenever I see it, just because like I would get told no before, and I'm just like, well, I can do it now, or just like we want what we can't have, so we want things because we couldn't have it before, but do you really want it? Is that really beneficial for you? Do you really need it? Yeah, just some questions for you and just some insights on how I've been feeling and just like since being back cuz it's so interesting and the whole thing with fashion, it's never going away. We all have to wear clothes. We have to clothe our body, and of course we're gonna do it in a stylish way. And there's always new designers and new ways to create fashion, but just being more mindful of your options and supporting the brands that care about the earth or have the quality pieces that are actually going to last a long time. You know? It's just really interesting. I was really just out there living with one suitcase. And I'm just like, I don't, like, I just want the basics. And just like having like some statement pieces to go with it. A nice pair of shoes, jacket, your accessories. But I just want the basics. It's so, I don't need more than that. I really don't. Because, like, I don't like having clothes just sitting in my closet. I really don't. And, like, I would tell my friends when I'm out there, I'm like, can you go through my closet and just, like, use my clothes while I'm gone so they're not just sitting there? Because I don't like that. Like, I don't want my stuff to just, like, I feel like it's a waste. I feel like it's a waste if, like, the things that I have are just sitting there. Why do I have them? If I don't need them in 3 months, why do I have it? But, it's interesting. It's really interesting. Yeah. This is a quick episode today. I just wanted to share my thoughts on fashion and just material consumption and just like how crazy it was to come back and see all the things that I have. Knowing like while I was there, I'm just like thinking like, oh, I wish I had these things, or oh, I wish I could like go get this, but I'm just like, I have that stuff. It's just at home. It's just not with me. So it's just, I don't know, interesting coming back to my whole closet again after being separated from it for 3 months. But yeah, honestly, that's all I got for you today. Just be more mindful on your material consumption and get the basics. You know, just be stylish and wear what makes you feel good, wear what makes you comfortable, and care about the earth and ask yourself why you want to consume so much. How can you find that satisfaction and fulfillment through love and peace and joy in the world? That's what you need to ask yourself. And that's what I'm going to leave you with today. If you enjoyed this episode, give it a like, give it a review, share it with your friends, and share it with the people that need it the most. And I appreciate you coming back. You can go find me on YouTube if you're not watching it on there, underscore dot Maggie Jane. It's the same handle for my Instagram. And I appreciate you coming back every Monday and Thursday. And again, go start watching my travel vlogs on YouTube. They're great because they're now back in the States. So that'll be interesting. New vibes, a lot more going on. That's for sure. But yeah, thank you for listening. And I hope you enjoyed. Peace.